right, guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we have got the celebration info for Tanabata. Now, they went very light. One reason, I mean, we could talk about Global Fast at the start here. It's not to rub it in, just to say that I do agree that the celebration should have come prior on Global. They should have done it at the start of June, because this isn't just like Topo. They took a couple of pieces out of a celebration. All of a sudden there's nothing left. They could just drop Topo wherever. That's a fact. But this is like tons of EZAs, events, all types of stuff. So I just don't really see what they're going to do with this. Like that's, you know, just a point to make here. Because they did not show us almost anything in this info right here. Barely anything. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see. So lots of events related to Tanabata, and then pay close attention to the Tanabata banner that's going to drop on the 7th. And again, I mean, you know, these types of tickets, man, there's people out there who are going to pull LR UI Goku, LR Beast, and LR Broly for free just with these tickets from doing missions. That's, you know, there's people, again, just for free. You're going to get them with these tickets. Get up to 117 stones with login bonuses, missions. The Tanabata Dokkan Fest that has Gohan, and Broly, as well as UI Goku will show up. By the way, I have seen a lot of global players talking about, oh, truth, should I skip Anniversary and save for Worldwide? Should I skip Anniversary and save for UI Goku? My recommendation is do not skip Broly or Beast Gohan, as they are Dokkan Fest LR Anniversary characters with the best banners, stuff like that. I just don't really see a lot of value as a global player of skipping Anniversary Dokkan Fest LR banners, because we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, where these characters are going to be returning, how exactly the sync is going to continue to operate, like, we don't know. Limit Break X Survivor is going to be playing right now. God damn it. Okay. All right, I'll have to be careful. But I have a 9th anniversary videos that are permanently demonetized because of, you know what song it was, dude? Hero? Oh my God. 1 second at minus 500% volume, and they're like, yep, we're taking all that video. That's ours. It's so cheap how they operate. Come on. All right, so we'll have to be careful of that Limb Breaker X Survivor. Very fire, but all right, this is gonna go until the 18th. The 18th. Part 2 was Omega last year. The 20th. Huh. I would say this. I think you could pretty much lock Jiren into part 2. I myself would be very surprised if Jiren is not part 2. I would, you know, much prefer Hit myself, but Jiren would be fine. By the way, look at Omega's stat. This is great, because it's like, oh, he's got low attack, but they could just give him 1,000,000,000% attack in his passive and stuff like that. Like the defense but the HP more so. Oh, Omega has a great stat spread, I think. Okay. All right, let's get to it. So, we have, you know, login bonuses, missions. There's a Purunga Dragon Ball campaign, which starts tonight. That's when UI Goku comes out. Now, I've not used UI Goku yet. Obviously, he doesn't come out for, about 12 hours, pretty much exactly. I think overall, UI Goku is not the best unit in the game. Just kind of overall in the current meta. But, you know, skipping ahead, it does look like another event boss rush is coming, which will be very long. And I mean, it is definitely a thing. When this guy transforms, he transforms into number 1. Like, this guy, like, he is just like undisputed and unbelievable how busted this guy is. I would be a bit concerned though. So it's going to be a God of Destruction event boss rush again. We'll get there. We'll scroll down and get to there. But I would be a bit concerned in that event, because the UI Goku's domain, you know, it is nice to be getting these buffs. But, like, I mean, it buffs the enemies. Like, that's something to understand, right? Whereas, like, Beast and Cell Max can protect your allies, UI Goku truly could get your allies killed, right? Like, I've made this point repeatedly, how I saw Broly's domain potentially get Evolution Blue Vegeta killed. And I mean, I've seen a lot of people try and like bait and talk about it, but I mean, it's just, it's a clip of an example of how domains can be a big negative. It's like right in here. I do kind of want to pull up this. Hold on. I do want to pull this up. Yeah, here we go right here. So this was my first time doing this event. I didn't know that the boss had locking. Boss ended up locking Vegeta in slot 1. We had Broly's domain up, and then Vegeta's dead, right? Like, we could... I think a lot of the characters will run with UI Goku are not going to be weak enough to where that domain is going to just directly get them obliterated. But it's something that can happen. But also, while I'm saying that, I do think it's most important to focus on what the character is actually doing rather than trying to really dive too much into hypotheticals that aren't really going to happen almost ever, right? You know, Beast dying without his intro, Cell Max dying without his intro, UI Goku's domain getting other allies killed. I mean, these are very rare occurrences that, while possible, you know, these are things that could be much more of an issue down the line, more so than right now, and kind of like the meta where these like Dokkan Fest LR level characters are for, except for Cell Max, who's just a Yellow Queen LR, crazy. Yeah, by the way, yesterday too, but I was like, oh, I think Team Universe 7 looks like the best Yellow Queen LR. I'm misspeaking. I forgot that Cell Max is Yellow Queen. I think that they're probably, I mean, they come out in a couple days, but they're probably the second best Yellow Queen LR. Cell Max, of course, is number 1. But yeah, UI Goku, I mean, he's somewhere within the top 4 range, but once you transform with him, I mean, even Beast Gohan, Transform Broly, like, these characters are not really competing with what this guy becomes. It's just so nuts. We'll see. I think that God of Destruction, potentially boss rush stage or whatever, could be very interesting in terms of, like, this guy. Because I made a tweet, I should probably pull this up as well, just kind of like, you know, I don't know, like compounding all this info together, but they do really respect these Dokkan Fest LRs, and on top of kind of like dropping and showing them and stuff like that, they want them to be very good, but they also will do this, which is where they will design a fight. I'm not sure how it works. Do they design the fight first and then make sure that the LR is super good for it, or do they design the LR and then intentionally design the event around the character's strengths? I think that's probably what it is. They probably design the Dokkan Fest LR first, and then they build the event around the character's strengths and weaknesses. That's what I think they do, right? Because if you guys remember, LR Ultimate Gohan and LR Orange Piccolo were very good for Red Zone Cell Max. Like, that was kind of, as insane as it is to say, but like, that's kind of like the fight they were designed for. So, all right, there's that. Again, UI Goku, very good top 4 character. You know, should you summon for him on JP? I would say yes. Yes, of course. I mean, Universal Survival Saga, Realm of Gods, Entrusted Will, beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. I see no reason to skip this guy. I also would probably recommend summoning for UI Goku on what is likely to be a 10-unit banner, rather than trying to summon on the Tanabata banner. You know, while Beast and Broly are here, there's also an additional, like, 10 other featured units on the banner to really dilute the pool. The best method, of course, is to always grab Beast and Broly with red coins. Broly is still very valuable, by the way. While Broly is not on the level of Beast or UI Goku, he is still, you know, one of the best villain characters in the game, for sure. Maybe... you know, second, third, fourth best villain in the game, something like that. I mean, you know, there's going to be missions where you need to use a powerful Extreme AGL character, shit like that, right? So it's still worth it. Dispo, we'll see with Dispo. I think Dispo could be okay. I do wish that they would start giving these banner units support, though, to really incentivize actually running them. I think Dispo should definitely help Special Pose, though. That, to me, seems like the best spot for him. More support for Topo, who doesn't really need it, by the way, but sure. Topo is, like, the most heavily supported Dokkan Fest ever, or something like that. It's crazy. All right, so there's that. And then Goku and Dispo will also be on the Tanabata Dokkan Fest banner right there. The UI Goku Dokkan event is going to get its 3rd stage. We had Int UI Goku, AGL UI Goku. Now we have the Tech LR UI Goku. By the way, medals to awaken this guy, not really too bad. So 70 of the new Dokkan Fest medal, and then 21 of AGL, and then 14 of the Int Dokkan Fest. So not really too bad right there in terms of medals. It feels like Cell Max was kind of a little bit more annoying, just because maybe it's more events, right? Because this is a new unit typically needs 77, and Dokkan Fest LRs usually they only need 70, so there's one less run you actually have to do. Okay, so here's kind of like I guess some of the big news right here. So we have a category Dokkan Fest. Now, typically, by the way, once the banner actually, when does it drop? It's tonight. It's tonight, a couple of hours after UI Goku. When this drops, we want to look at what characters are on there. Now, it is Reps of Universe 7, by the way. Okay, so I will do a video. We could talk about this. Let's just get Golden real quick. Well, I misspelled it. Golden. So this character's on there. I think we could see... Oh, damn. This? No, here. Let's just... I'll just pull them up. Hold on. All right, guys. So on the banner, it's this guy. Remember that there are two... It led to one of the funniest moments ever. What is this? Oh, this is my own tweet. Led to one of the funniest moments ever where... I pulled the banner unit Gohan and Frieza because he does. It's a similar pose, just he has his other arm up. What's annoying is the Gohan and Frieza actually. Why don't I should probably just pull that up as well. But the Gohan and Frieza, their SSR art actually looks better than the LR SSR art, which is so crazy. But it's this one. It's this iconic moment of Grish laughing his ass off. But this right here, right? So this is Gohan and Frieza. This is Frieza and 17, which is the LR. And as you guys can see, it's Frieza and 17, which is on the banner there. So I would say chances are supreme that this character will get an EZA. Now, keep in mind that last year, Tanabata had 3 major EZAs. Baby, LR God Goku, who of course was a global first, and Dokkan Fest Physical Beerus. But then there was also a 4th EZA, but it was just a bunch of kind of like banner units. We potentially could see that during this celebration. Looks as though they're probably going to burn through a lot of EZAs. I think the potential is high that Gohan and Piccolo and the Gohan and Frieza characters could EZA as well, so keep that in mind. But I think that this character could EZA right there. Then also Blue Kaioken. Again, remember, it is a Reps of Universe 7 category banner, which means this guy is on that. So this guy would make the most sense being a Super EZA just in how early on he is. Although, keep in mind that UI Goku does not lead Reps Universe 7, but Universal Rival Saga. But UI Goku does lead Realm of Gods, which obviously Blue Kaioken is on right there. So, I mean, this, I think, would be a fine Super EZA. By the way, more superhero buffs, of course. Like, superhero is just getting constant buffs. Keep in mind that any card with Frieza in it, though, is not superhero. So, LR Frieza and 17, Team Universe 7, these characters are not superhero characters. So, like, if you're using them, you're not really using them on, like, a Beast Gohan setup. You're using them, maybe if you're, UI Goku. It is crazy, though, that, like, the Tournament of Power team is, like, Giga God, and it's, like, one new summonable LR UI Goku, and then EZAs. Like, that is good for the game, if it's, they do it like that. I think Goku and Frieza, very easy, could be the first LR Super EZA here. To me, chances of this are very strong that this could happen. We also have this Frieza. I think the chances he EZAs are very high as well. I mean, keep in mind that this guy's not superhero or super bosses. He is on many different teams, though. In terms of actual setups, though, it's basically just Broly's team, huh? Well, and I guess and tournament participants, so Topo's team, potentially. I do think 17 and 18, they will be a little bit revitalized with Team Universe 7's LR as well, because that will allow both of those characters to get their Android links up, which will be massive. So there's that. And then in UI Goku, I just feel like there's a really good chance of this, because it just, like, this... I do think that this would probably be the most hype, because it's just... Goku and Frieza are awesome, but, like, this is going to carry, I think, more hype. Now, it's true he would not be able to link with this guy at the start, but keep in mind, as soon as they transform, like, either of them transforms, you'll be able to mix and match and link. If both are transformed, like, if you have this guy out, and you also... Here, we can get rid of this. We can get rid of this as well. If you have both of these guys out right here, they will be able to link together because they're both transformations. So, I mean, this would be a devastating dominant rotation right here. This would be nuts. Keep in mind that this guy, by the way, does have 7 out of 7 with AGL UI. AGL UI is better. I don't think he's going to be better than Vegeta just because of this UI Goku, like, being here. But AGL UI, certainly next to this guy, is going to look like a different animal entirely. One of the real strengths of AGL UI, by the way, is that you could just, like, you don't have to build anything for him. You just throw him on a team, and he could be a very effective help. Like, Vegeta, you gotta get him his hits in. UI Goku, you could kind of just run him as, like, a nomad, a floater on the team until, like, a certain moment where you need to take advantage of his dodging or something like that. Like, UI Goku is just very good for that role, which is very strong. We don't need this anymore. Let's go to this. And then, of course, we talked about all of the different EZs we could see. The banner would probably include a lot of these different characters, right? Team Universe 7 is getting their EZ and the second. They seem to be a supremely good Yellow Queen LR. I think they're just generally going to be so powerful with such good support that they are going to be stronger than potentially the LR Ginyu Force, Bulma, Broly Chan Lemo, AGL Ultimate Gohan. I think that this EZA should be on that level. They should be that impressive. They should be. They should be. So there's that. We have EX missions, which are live right away. I'll probably just make this my very next video. It's against Supreme Battle Spectacle UI Goku, who is certainly a challenging fight, but he's not a toxic fight. So it's not going to be that bad. But, I mean, he is a, plus 2 million super boss who seals, We have a Dokkan Awakening support medal campaign, sure. In the event, background music will be played as well. Okay. Oh, it's one of these. Oh. Yeah, they do these a lot now, huh? Okay. So there'll be missions, beat certain events with, like, a team, and the music would play, and you get, like, Elder Kais and stuff like that. We have Stone Sales. Stone Sale goes up an hour before the banner, right? Wait, or is that at the same time? I think it's... Here, we could look at it right here. I think the sales go up an hour before UI Goku does. Yeah, sales are up an hour before UI Goku. I hate that they do that. Just put the sales up now, bro, because I'm gonna buy my stones, more than an hour before the stream. So it's like a lot of times when I'm doing summons, like it's like sales stones or something I'll use for the next banner that comes after, because I'm not gonna just wait for the sales to happen. These, of course, the skill orbs and the keys, of course. Elder Kais. We have the Tanabata lineup, which is going to go live with UI Goku. Okay, perfect. We have 3-day weekend special missions. There's a new Supreme Battle Spectacle that's going to be dropping. There's 4 stages. The most recent stage, the hardest stage in this, stage 4 is against Frieza. Stage 1 is against, it just says Master Roshi, but obviously Tien is going to be in there as well. Stage 2 is against 17 and 18. Stage 3 is against Gohan and Piccolo. And then Stage 4 is against Evolution Blue Vegeta. So sure enough, Evolution Blue Vegeta gets 2 Supreme Battle Spectacle fights in 2024. Well, within the first, within a 5-month span, really. New Dokkan Awakenings just goes live tonight with UI Goku. New Dokkan Awakenings available from the Universe 6 event. Hit, Champa, and the Universe 6 Namekians. Hit actually seems like an interesting character for a free-to-play. And then we have a new stage for the God event. This is crazy. Now, remember what I said, where it's like, I think with these characters, we should focus on what they do, and not necessarily what they potentially could do and stuff like that. And right now, as it stands in the current meta, we're going to be finishing fights either before this guy's able to transform or right when he's able to transform. That's just how it goes, right? And people go, oh, well, you're just speaking from a way. Yes, dude, I have everything rainbowed. I have everything Link level 10. I'm telling you, your whole box maxed out. I'm telling you what happens. And what happens is these fights end fast. This guy's transformation condition is definitely the worst thing about him because it's up to RNG. You're a prisoner of RNG. If he starts out in slot 7, you can't transform until turn 7. If he starts out in the second turn, you can't transform until turn 6. That's when you're oftentimes ending a lot of these fights. Super bosses can do more damage than Superhero, but they're not towering over like a Juggernaut over Superhero's damage. So It's like, I think a lot of times we're not going to see this guy too much in some of the content. The Gogeta Blue Supreme Battle Spectacle stage, sure, because 3 of the 5 phases seal in that event. But like, you're going to be blitzing through these fights very fast. But a boss rush for the God event, if that's what this is, I might pause to find this. Let me pause to find it, yeah. Now, if they do this the same way they did the movie boss rush, what they did was the last phase of every fight. But here, all of these God events, like these God fights, they're only one fight. What is their damage? So like 600,000. Damn. This is what, 3 years ago now when this event came out? So what we would have is we would fight all of the bosses in a row. That's 12. The minimum, then, is that we would go... This would be a 12 turn fight at absolute minimum. This is where, you know, UI Goku potentially would just be head and shoulders the best student in the game by far. Huge gap, potentially, in this event. If that's what this is a boss rush for this, oh, yeah. Because it's like, bro, like, you're going to be transformed. Even if you one turn, again, even if you one turn every single boss here, you're only going to be halfway in when Goku transforms. And remember, the nastiest boss here was Belmont, Clown God of Destruction. Because he was disgusting with locking, sealing, all different types of nonsense that this guy had. So he was the toughest boss. So I mean, I'm definitely excited. I mean, this is good for, you know, characters like Broly, Blue Gogeta, UI Goku, potentially LR Gammas, right? And this would be bad for like Beast and Cell Max. And by the way, I do think that's healthy for the game. It's UI Goku and Cell Max are on Beast level at bare minimum. So it is better that Beast doesn't just like eternally gap the game the way he was. We're getting characters on his level now, which is good. So we'll see. That seems very exciting. Potentially, like, at minimum, even if you one-turn every single boss, is 12 turns, and you're not going to one-turn every boss. So it's going to be like a 20-turn fight. It's going to be crazy. We have Battlefield as well. Okay, sure. Nothing really too crazy. Drops tonight at normal time. The missions are... Yeah, so... the only mistake Dokkan did was they dropped these missions too early. It gave us clues. It gave us hints as to what Tanabata was, which is Universal Travel Saga. Every Dokkan event will be up starting when UI Goku drops. Every EZA will be up starting when UI Goku drops. More Super Battle Road stages, bunch of events returning, and then that's it. Yeah, many hidden things. There's going to be numerous major EZAs, numerous other events, all different types of things. The Tanabata, I mean, is usually one of the best celebrations of the year. You know, 2025 is going to be awesome because, again, Global and JP, we're both going to be at the same, you know, point. And it's like, you know, all these major celebrations going to be dropping at the same time. But Tanabata is always very good. This is why July is always the busiest month of the year for Dokkan. Because both versions are in, like, a major, huge celebration. Tanabata plus Anniversary. I guess worldwide as well, but... Let me know what you guys think. Good luck if you guys see summon for UI Goku. I will be there later tonight.